Right now, let's get some Sleaze.
We heard this news. Danny Masterson from That 70s Show, sentenced to 30 years to life for the rape of 2 women in 2003. He plans to appeal due to a, quote, number of significant evidentiary and constitutional issues. Now, after his sentencing, it's a really uncomfortable exchange between him and Conan O'Brien has resurfaced. Masterson was on Late Night with Conan in December of 2004, and during the interview, he was asked about the absence of his Long Island accent.
If you listen to Conan, I listen to his podcast, and he's a smart guy. And he'll go, and he'll think, like, how am I going to say something? And he'll say it, and it means, in my eyes, like he knows something, and he's giving you, he's kind of serving it up, obviously, but saying, oh, this is going to, listen to how he says it. He does that right here. Check this out.
You have no accent, though. You have no Long Island accent that I can discern.
Not really. I've been in LA for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm. And it just goes away naturally, right?
It goes away naturally, and then there's also certain words that there's nothing you can do about. Like my friend Bodie Elfman, he always teases me and he says, "Hi, my name is Danny Masterson. Would you like to touch my balls?" Great imitation of me. Because certain words
why
you
are you
just can't get
asking
away
people to
with.
do that? That's the more important question.
I mean, you got them.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Accent aside,
Everybody should grab.
That's the more important thing.
Exactly.
I've heard about you. And you'll be caught soon. I know you will.
I will.
Oh, that's eerie.
Think about that. Rolling Stone magazine spoke to past and present staffers on The Tonight Show. I know you've heard about this, Barnes, saying it's a toxic workplace due to Jimmy Fallon's erratic behavior. Many have speculated for years that it's had something to do with his quote-unquote supposed drinking. The article did not include employees who spoke on the record, but reported on passive-aggressive notes to staff, employees walking on eggshells. NBC responded saying, as in any workplace, we've had employees raise issues. Those have been investigated and action has been taken where appropriate. As is always the case, we encourage employees who feel they have experienced or observed behavior inconsistent with our policies to report their concerns so that we may address them accordingly. And immediately, guess who came out and apologized? Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Quote, "Sorry if I embarrassed you and your family and friends. I feel so bad, I can't even tell you." And he went on to say he did not intend to create that type of atmosphere for the show. I mean, he immediately came out and addressed that.
I read that entire long Rolling Stone expose, and they could not find one person to say something positive about him at all.
That's pretty telling.
Nobody would step up and get behind him. It was really bad.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens next, because if you remember, this sort of happened most recently with Ellen.
Yes, exact same stuff.
And we saw what happened there. Pretty sad, because I think he's so talented.
He's got demons, though, and they're overtaking him. You should go find that article. It's reading some of the stuff that people say. It's wild.
Of course, the music world is still remembering and celebrating Jimmy Buffett. So many people have come out to talk about just his character. Well, Buffett instructed us to keep the party going, and that's just what we're going to do. Have you heard? Yes, there is going to be a new album, Equal Strain on All Parts, due November 3rd. Meaningful, heartfelt album. But here's a track, Barnes. I thought we could play a clip of this featuring his friend Paul McCartney, called My Gummy Just Kicked In.
What a song to leave us with. Thank you, Mr. Buffett.
No. We'll talk about something about new songs. This was pretty extravagant, but the Rolling Stones album, yes, new music from the Stones called Hackney Diamonds is dropping soon, October 20th, featuring a track with Lady Gaga and another with former longtime bassist Bill Wyman. First song is called Angry, and the video features actress Sydney Sweeney. You want to hear a little of it?
Yeah, and thank you for that. As I sit right now, I'm an hour from Hackney, and I kind of wanted to go on a Mick search. I'm in London right now, but Fallon was with him. Did you see all those posts with Fallon and Jagger?
Yes. Fallon did like the whatever, the press conference or whatever you want to call them.
Hello.
And they love Jimmy Fallon.
Bad timing, though. They didn't know that this story was going to drop, the whole Rolling Stone expose. That's bad to be aligned with right now.
I feel like you should go to Hackney because Mick always pops into like pubs and bars. He's always trying to be incognito with like a baseball cap. You should try to go find him. Closest
I've gotten is I've slept in the same bed as Mick Jagger, but not at the same time. At Cap Maison in St. Lucia, I had his room.
They used to call the backstage meet and greets the wink and blinks. Like if you went backstage to meet them, because I went twice, and they come in, quickly shake everyone's hand, quick photo, and they're out of there. It's a wink and blink.
Here's a clip of that new Stones. It's pretty flippin' good. It's called Angry. Man, that is good. If you missed the groundbreaking interview that Jimmy Barron almost soloed with Mick Jagger, that's on our podcast.
It's true.
You have to hear that.
Yeah.
Like Leslie shows up like 5 minutes. I think I was on vacation, and Jimmy was like anchoring the interview, and then out of nowhere, Leslie pops up like 5 minutes later.
I don't even remember what happened there, but it was.
You can hear it.
It was classic.
It's on the podcast.
That is your Celebrity Sleaze.
The Morning Mix with Barnes and Leslie. 99X.